I started working in the construction. He called me. He said like, bro, I got something for you. You have to come to Thailand. Try to get 8,000 euros. I worked literally for like 14 hours, 16 hours a day as I arrived in Thailand. Then he told me like, you are gonna do this mentorship. I had a choice. The last money I have to put it inside of the business or to buy a ticket back home and live the life I was living before. 5K in a day, and it was 1.5K in profit.
In a single day.
In a single day.
That's not bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm here with one of the top clients, Angelos. Angelos, thank you so much for being here. We want to share as much value to you guys in this podcast as possible from your journey, because you have an insane journey and there's a lot to learn from you. So first of all, where are you from? How old are you? And what's your journey been like with dropshipping? Like, when did you start?
Yeah, so I'm Angelos. I'm 21 years old. I'm from the Netherlands. I started this Ecom journey 6 months ago. And my life has been transformed ever since.
Tell the audience where we are right now and where you live currently.
So, as you can see, we are in Portugal. It's crazy to think about, because I went from a really boring country, like only flat. We only have grass, and now we have palm trees and seas, and yeah.
And are you here on vacation or what's
no,
the?
I live here.
What's the situation?
Here. Yeah, it's crazy because 1 month ago we moved to Portugal. We have a house right here. So this house we have now, it's not for very long. It's short term, and we are actually looking now for a new house. Very nice, big villa with a pool and sea view, just like this. Actually, like in this neighborhood.
One street farther.
Maybe you can even see it on one of the cameras, but yeah, it's crazy. We will rent that for 1 year at least, so you can say that we are officially living in Portugal right now. We immigrated.
So you started 6 months ago in the Netherlands, completely broke. Now 6 months later, you were able to immigrate to Portugal to save on your taxes and to live a life in the sun, because you may or may not know, as the time of recording this, it's the 12th of November. It's probably cold as shit right now in the Netherlands. We're sitting in the sun. I'm almost sweating. Yeah. So, I mean, how are you able to do that in just 6 months' time? Can you please take us through your journey?
I will start from the beginning, because in the Netherlands, I was living a really dumb lifestyle. I was living at home, but I was never at home. So I spent all my money that came in. I spent it on Airbnbs, hotels, going to the club like 3 times a week, 4 times, like unnecessary. Spending all of the money also in the clubs, like throwing money at drinks, bottles and stuff like that. But I always had a feeling like this is not right and this is not what I want with my life. When you are in this moment, it's fun, of course, and the dopamine you get, like always, it's very high. And yeah, when is the right moment to say like, I stop with all of this, having fun and stuff like that, and I'm going to start a business?
But it's the truth. Most people don't tell themselves this, but it's harsh. But I was exactly the same. But you were living like a child, but you were an adult. Exactly. So you have to take a look in the mirror and tell yourself, what the fuck are you doing? And it's actually time right now to become an adult. And you took that move. And yeah, I mean, go ahead and explain to me, like, what was the turning point?
Yeah, so what the turning point was is I was earning a good amount of money to sustain this kind of lifestyle. But once that stopped a little bit...
How did you earn that money? I mean, you had a job, right?
I had a job, but I really didn't like it. I was earning some good money.
And what was that job?
So that job was in the logistics. And I really didn't like that job because you worked very hard, and even though you worked hard, you didn't want to, because it's for someone else, of course, and you're fucking throwing around packages and stuff. So yeah, it's
like a robot.
Yeah, so I thought like, and still he was getting shouted on and stuff like that. So I thought like, fuck this shit. And I stopped with that. And then literally my lifestyle also stopped. So I was doing nothing. Then I was like, man, what am I gonna do? I called some friends up to see maybe someone has a connection for a job and stuff like that. And I found a new job as a construction worker. So the first day that I went on that job, I really didn't like it. It was raining, I was getting all wet and stuff like that. So in my mind, the day was almost over. So in my mind, I was like, man, I'm not gonna do this. And as the day was almost over, one of my best friends, or my best friend Daniel, he is involved in your business as well. He called me, and imagine we haven't spoken for 4 years, and we haven't seen each other and stuff like that. But we always knew, like, we were such good friends. We were like brothers, that our paths separated, but we always knew in the back of our mind that we would come back together. So even our parents asked asked us like, are you still seeing him? Are you friends with him? Because we were always at each other's house and stuff like that. And even though we didn't spoke at all, we said to our parents like, yeah, we still see each other and we are still good. To not let them know like there's something going on. Yeah, so he called me out of the blue while I was on that work. I was almost done with the day. And he said to me like, bro, what are you doing right now? What's going on in your life? Because he didn't know, right? I told him what was going on, the dumb shit that I was doing. And then he said like, bro, I got something for you. You have to come to Thailand. And I was like, say less, man.
Yeah.
What do I need? And he told me, try to get 8,000 euros. But at that time, I had no money left. I didn't want to do the job I was working at the time. And I had many fines and stuff to pay from the shit I've done. So I was like, okay, 8K. And I had 2 months to do it. And I was like, you know what? All right, I'll do it. In 2 months, I'm coming to you, to Thailand. I started working in the constructions, that job, I started it. First, I started like 1 or 2 weeks. It was for 8 hours a day. So yeah, normal working day. It was with some of my friends. They are business as freelancers, but I was working under them. I was working for 2 weeks and I said like, man, this is not enough. I'm not gonna get it like this. And I said, I need more work. So they gave me more work. So at the time I was working like 14 hours a day, leaving from 5:30 in the morning and coming back on 7 in the night, in the evening. I did that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks more.
I have a question. So to give you guys some context to the listeners, Daniel works as sales rep and he also does dropshipping now in my mentorship business. So you were Daniel's best friend from a young time. All of a sudden Daniel called you and said, I have something for you in Thailand.
Yeah.
And you need 8K and you said, okay, let's fucking do it. And you worked 14 hours per day in the shittiest job you could possibly imagine. What was going through your brain when you were doing these 14-hour construction work days while you didn't even have any idea what Daniel was going to offer you? Because what Daniel was going to offer you was learn you how to start dropshipping. And you didn't even know that yet. So what was going through your brain during those days?
I really wanted to get out of the life I was living in at that time. So anything that would come on my path, I would take it. But it's the fact that Daniel and I are so good friends that I trusted him with everything. Like he said to me, I got something for you. You just have to come and get 8K and we can do it. And
that's crazy. You have a really, really good partnership and friendship there, like a brotherhood. Because if someone were to tell me, I have something for you, no matter how deep I would be in life, bro, 2 months working 14 hours per day in a construction job without even knowing why, it's fucking hard. It's really tough. So it's crazy to see how that relationship is between you guys.
That's because we grew up together.
Yeah.
So we have known each other since we have pictures of that we are like this little.
Yeah.
We always knew that we would come back together and do something. I did that job, but still wasn't earning enough. So I found another job in the night as a security guard, and I started working that in the weekends. On Friday, after the constructions, I came around 7 o'clock. I came home, shower really quick, eat fast, putting my suit on, and then going to the security. After 2 months, I had 11K, and as I said, I still had to pay some other stuff. So I went to Thailand with 9K. The first day, I still didn't know like what I was gonna do. Even going to Thailand was really crazy for me because I can't remember the last time that I went on vacation or outside of my home country. 18 years ago or something like that.
So this was like your first flight ever?
Yeah, exactly.
To Thailand.
To Thailand, to the other side of the world. Yeah, it's crazy. So as I arrived in Thailand, I saw Daniel again after a few years and stuff like that. This was very nice. And we arrived at the home. Then he told me like, you are gonna do this mentorship that I'm part of, and I really believe in this product and stuff like that. I didn't even know what dropshipping was, so I had really zero knowledge. I didn't watch videos on YouTube about it, nothing. It was literally a jump in the ocean for me. So we started with the mentorship, setting up the business. As we go, so the business setup takes a little while, and as we go, I was building funnels already and sales pages and stuff like that. And it was all going all right. like planned. I wasn't seeing any results at all for the first month. Then second month came in. We adjusted the little things by I spoke to the coach, of course, a lot, and we adjusted a few things, and we were starting to see some results, but I ended with a loss that month as well.
And maybe tell the viewers as well, I know your story, but you went there with your starting capital, but you didn't even have the money to go back.
Yeah, so that's crazy because I went there with the 8K that we needed and stuff like that, but Thailand is actually a little bit more expensive than you would think. So the cost of living was a lot more than we expected, and the food, because of course we are also biohackers and stuff like that, we want to look good. Yeah, so the 8K was almost out of the window like the first month, and then the first 1.5 months, and then as we are going into the second month, so still 1 month left, I had a choice. The last money I have to put it inside of the business or to buy a ticket back home and live the life I was living before. Obviously what I did is the last money I put it into the business, and then I did not even have money left to buy a ticket back home if I wanted to.
How the hell did that feel?
Really crazy. Really crazy, because I didn't have money for a ticket back home, but also I did not have money to live there 1 more month. I literally burnt all of the ships, as people say, and there was no way back, so I had to make it happen. Otherwise, I don't know. I was living on the street or something in Thailand. I don't know what would happen. Then Daniel had to go somewhere else, different country, and I was there alone. I went to another place in Thailand, and still haven't seen any results and stuff like that. So it was really, really hard for me. And being alone in that second home, it was very small. So it was literally from the front door to the other side of the room, it was like 5 steps. I had a bed in that room, a laptop, and that's it. And a place where I could work. Like, to get on the chair to work was like, I didn't even have to set a foot on the ground. From the bed, straight in the chair and back.
Nice.
And man, we kept on going. The coaches really motivated me. That helped a lot, really. Because I don't think I could do it without, because I was really in my head and everything was going bad. No results, no money. At one moment, so going into the third month, we started seeing little results. And then the coach told me, do this and this, and then we found the first winner. That's where it all changed, man.
Yeah, what happened then? How did you scale your first winner, and what numbers did you see? Let's talk some numbers.
Yeah, so what happened then was we found the first winner. The product after that first winner was a winner as well. So I had 2 winners running. Going into the third month, the first 5 days were still 0. After that, I found the 2 winners, I scaled them up. The third month, I made 11K. In profit.
11K in profit.
11K in profit. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you hit the guarantee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After the 3 months, I stayed 1 month more in Thailand, and Daniel came back, but we lived in separate houses, but like neighbors, close to each other. And then you told us about Portugal, and then after that first month, everything took off. Like, now I'm doing every month consistently at least 10K a month in profit. So we can afford it now to do stuff like that. And as you can see, now we live in Portugal.
In the sun.
In the sun.
In a nice place, nice house.
Nice house, nice people around you.
Yeah, that's a very crazy story. What was your deepest point when you were grinding on your dropshipping business in Thailand, not knowing if this was gonna work or not? Like, what did you tell yourself? You got some motivation from the coach, probably got some motivation from Daniel as well, but at that time he was back in the Netherlands for a short while. Like, what did you tell yourself and what's going on through your head? Or did you not even have time to think about this shit whatsoever because you were working so hard? What was that for you?
I worked literally for like 14 hours, 16 hours a day for the business. As you said, you don't really have time to think about it. But what I did is every morning I took a moment of like 10 minutes and write down my why. So why I was doing it. I was doing it for my parents because at home we never had money, and all the problems in our lives was because of money. Even the arguments and stuff like that, it was always about the money. That was my why. I just had to make money to bless the family and help them out of this life they are living as well. Because obviously it's not all about me. What I did is the motivational videos on YouTube helped me a lot. So what I was doing, I stand up, I took that moment to recap on my why, And then I was showering with no music or stuff like that. I was showering with these motivation videos. And even working and stuff like that, always these motivation videos, I had it on the background. Whenever I felt like I want to stop, I just did push-ups and just kept on going.
No time for your mind to go freely.
No time. You really have to sacrifice that.
100%. You know what's funny? People think I am a successful entrepreneur, so I'm like a robot. I work like a maniac and I don't need motivation anymore. What you said, listening to motivational speeches during the shower, I still do that.
Yeah.
So even at this stage in the business where I'm successful, I still watch motivational videos from time to time. I still need that talk in my head. I still need someone shouting to me, get the fuck to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not natural whatsoever. You're not taught at school. You're supposed to take these big ass risks, which is exactly what you did. So yeah, you need some outside input. How would you, because you have a very strong why, you didn't have an easy upbringing, I'm guessing. How would you advise others to create their why? Because not everybody has a relatively poor upbringing, for example. How would you advise them to find their why?
I was in a bubble of partying and stuff like that. And then you don't think about what you really want in life. I would take a step back, go into your mind and think like, what do I really want in life? And create that as your strong why, so you can keep going.
Yeah, super interesting, because you had a lot of distractions, the partying and stuff, which kind of put you in a trance.
Yes.
And you completely forget about what's actually important in life and what your actual goals are and what your actual why is. But as a child, there's no one on earth that does not have crazy dreams.
Exactly.
Every single fucking child has a dream of becoming an astronaut or a pilot or becoming a rich businessman or becoming an actor or becoming famous or whatever it is. Every single child has that dream. But then society throws distractions after distractions straight at your face. And all of a sudden you're 70 years old, completely broken, no money in the bank, regretting your life because now you snapped out of that trance because you're about to die. You got lucky that you snapped out of it earlier. How would you advise people to stop the distractions and to snap out of that trance? Because it has a lot to do with your surroundings and the people who are around you.
A lot of people already know what their why is, but many people just doubt themselves. So also with me in the business, like when nothing was happening, no results, I doubted myself, like, can I even do this? Are these people that's successful, are they different than me? Nothing is different. It's just you have to do it. Believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. Believe me, I had zero knowledge about dropshipping. I didn't even know what it was. I think that you just have to stop doubting yourself. And also, people lie to themselves a lot. They say like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but now it's not the right time. I have to do this, I have to do that first, and then I can start dropshipping.
But that's that trance.
Yeah, but you know that you want to do it, but you are lying to yourself because you justifying what you are doing right now. If you just leave everything behind and you start the business and you stick 1 year to the business, you know that you will make it because everyone that does that makes it.
So a big part of it is believing that you're the successful people that you view online. Everybody here, you're looking at us, you're looking at different people. You probably have a lot of idols and people you follow online for success and motivation. You have to believe that these people like me and you are no different than you guys. But again, as I said, it is easy to say that. But if you then tonight get a text from your friend, let's go out and party, how do you react to that and how do you completely switch your surroundings?
That's a very good question. I think just has to be a moment in your life that you wake up and really think like, what am I even doing with my life?
That went quickly.
Yeah, that went really quickly, and you only have one life. So why wouldn't you make the best of it?
For me, I also had a lot of friends. I don't know how it was for you, but for me, I had a lot of friends that were also partying a lot. I mean, I'm probably guessing you had the same because you were partying a lot. A lot of people think like, I don't want to lose my friends and become a lonely and depressed rich person. Because a lot of people think if you work really, really hard for years and you grind on your business, you're 100% going to end up lonely and depressed. First of all, I can tell all of you guys that right now, where we live, Angelos has become my neighbor. In the house that we're at, I have another like 2 team members. I think about 10 students have moved literally in my circle of like 1 square kilometer. So you're not lonely at the top, first of all. And secondly, I think you can also push the friends that you currently have to come up with you. And either they do it or they don't and then you lose them, but then at least you tried.
Exactly, and I think that those friends who come with you are the good friends, of course, because you go up together. But the other friends, like, you want to go up and they keep like pulling you down, you know? That's what you're saying. So when you get successful, now we came to Portugal, as you said, we are with like 10 or 20 people over here. Everyone becomes friend, and you only have friends that help you go up and up and up.
Exactly.
That's the good trends, like.
And then when you're at the top, you've created a completely new circle of people who are still extremely fun and who do fun shit and who are not grinding like 24/7, but maybe 22/7 or something. I mean, last weekend we went karting, which was a lot of fun. Then we had dinner here.
We go play golf, we go play tennising. Like, if you don't feel like working at one time of the day, you just text someone and you say, yo, what are you doing? And you go karting, golfing, tennising, stuff like that. You do fun stuff because you can.
Exactly.
No one's there to tell you like, no, you have to stay here, you have to do this, you have to work. No.
And then all of this, like this big friend group that we now have with all the students and all the people who are here grinding on their businesses, we all have the same vision and goals as well, which is incredibly powerful because we're all competitors, but it is obviously very positive. We share everything that we know with each other. So it's not like you have some toxic friends who are broke as shit or who are extremely negative or whatever it is. No, we're all aligned, we're all making money, we're all going towards the same goal, and we can have a lot of fun in the meantime by hanging out with each other.
Yeah, exactly. And what more do you want in your life? Like, you are achieving your goals, you are getting successful, and on the way to that, it's also a lot of fun.
Exactly.
It's just the first few weeks or months that you have to really grind and sacrifice that, and after that, it all gets 10 times better.
Because a lot of people don't even want to sacrifice anything. I see this way too often, and I also had myself personally a lot of issue with this in the beginning. I also couldn't sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So again, you guys, I'm not perfect whatsoever. I had an insane struggle in the beginning too, so it's normal if you have the same. You were extremely disciplined from day one, and that's also why you saw insane results, and that's why your life 6 months ago looked completely different than it does today. For me, however, I remember when I first started making a little bit of money with dropshipping, it was 1 full year after I started. And then 1 full year, I made like 5K profit per month to 10K profit per month. I was completely stuck there because I was gaming like 4 hours per day. At night, I was either smoking weed or drinking still while doing dropshipping. Yeah, wow. Going out. And yeah, I also had to learn that discipline. And that is why for me, it took a little bit longer than for most people actually.
Yeah, I think those are the different paths, right? So you can do it like on a really slow notch and partying and having fun. It depends on what you want.
And it depends on who you're surrounded with.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I was surrounded by people who were partying a lot and who had a lot of money from their parents. Mm-hmm. And then we had some money from our business, and then we could do the same thing as finally the regular people who all had money from their parents. But yeah, sacrificing is something that I understood way too late. You have to sacrifice, especially the first 3 to 6 months when you're in business, because that is where you don't have any leverage, and that's where all the work has to be done, and that's where everything will change. And after that, you can slow down a little bit, you can start enjoying your life again. But in the beginning, please make sure you feel like shit every single day, because you're supposed to feel like that.
Yeah, and it only lasts for a few months, sometimes a few weeks, so
exactly.
I would say it's worth it.
100%. Now let's talk more about the technical details of dropshipping. So what were some of the products that you saw your initial success with?
My products are all problem-solving products. So for example, when people have stuff like nail fungus and something they are really insecure about, and sometimes it's painfully as well. If you can solve a problem like that, then obviously a lot of people will buy it. So one of it was nail fungus cream. That was the first one. But also people everything got more expensive right now in the world. So people want to save money, of course. My second winner was a brace for your back, for when people have back pain. Especially old people, they tend to have back pain a lot. Yeah, it was a really simple back brace, but the marketing we learned in this mentorship like really made it so people actually wanted to buy it. Yeah, that was the biggest winner as well.
Yeah, that's the beauty of health and beauty products, is the pain points are so animalistic and primal that it is just the easiest niche to play into, because people feel like they have to buy it to survive, and that is why we love to sell health and beauty products. What was your biggest day so far, revenue and profit-wise?
Yeah, so my biggest day so far was almost 5K in a day, and it was 1.5K in profit
In a single day.
in a single day.
That's not bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And how is that compared to what you were earning with the construction job?
The construction job was paying pretty well because I was working a lot, but with the normal job I had, like normal people work, I was earning that in a month, and I just earned that in a day. That was a crazy feeling. Like.
Yeah. And what are some of your goals now that you're here, you're focused, you're grinding, it's Q4? What are some of the goals, the 3 months, 6 months, and then 12-month goals that you currently have with your dropshipping business?
3 months goal is to, of course, give a lot of money to my parents, but that speaks for itself. I want to buy a car because right now we are renting one, and yeah, I just want to buy a car. And profit-wise, 3 months would be 200K profit. 6 months would be 1 million, and next year a good 5 million would be nice.
Incredible goals. Very, very bold goals, but very possible with dropshipping because the scalability luckily is almost infinite.
Yeah, of course. So it's not that I'm delusional or anything like that, because I see what dropshipping can make you. So I set goals like I really think I can achieve them.
All right, Angelos, thank you for sharing your story. I think a lot of people will have to make some notes. Please rewatch this if you missed something, because there are a lot of golden nuggets in there. Everything starts with your mindset and the rest is built on top of that. So don't think that all the technical details are extremely important. As long as you have this as your mindset basis and you go to the free course and try my strategy, 100% you will make some money. Thank you for sharing the value.
Of course.
And let's make some fucking money this Q4.
Let's make some fucking money. And again, believe me, if I can do it, you can especially do it.
By the way, for those who don't know, Angelos' journey was actually filmed by my partner in the mentorship program, Daniel. So Daniel is Angelos' best friend as well as a partner in the business, and he vlogged his journey in Thailand. So if you actually want to see full proof of him grinding his ass off, being completely stressed in Thailand, and see the future of what he's going to do as well, follow Daniel. The link is in the description below. Definitely subscribe.